How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DCUGeek. Today I want to share with you some of the things that I found while I was out on the hunt over the past couple weeks. I haven't made videos about them yet. Some of them I found as recently as yesterday, and a few of them will only apply to my Canadian friends, my fellow Canuckians. If you live in Canada, then you're no doubt familiar with DIORAMA. It's our biggest chain dollar store in the entire country. Most of the stuff in there is actually of a reasonable quality. It's not like when I was a kid where a dollar store was just filled with junk. The DIORAMA is things that they go up to like $4. I think $4 is like the top price for items in there. I found these weird DC bears. Teddy bear Robin. They're kind of neat. I think they're supposed to dangle off of your backpack on account of the dangly. We got a teddy bear Flash here. He's got no pants. And this is my favorite. It's Teddy Bear Green Lantern. He has no pants as well. They're all competing with Robin. They all have no pants. They all have no pants. These guys are made by a company called Gund. At first I thought they were little dog chew toys until I saw the dangly. I did look for Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. The only ones that I found were these three characters, and I went to like 4 DIORAMAs, and those are the only ones they had. Also, while on a toy hunt in the neighboring larger town than where I live, and on account of the fact that they have a Toys R Us and we don't, I managed to find Murder Machine and Dawnbreaker. Murder Machine was the first one that jumped off the shelf at me and was like, "Yo, dude!" Followed by Dawnbreaker, the Batman of Earth 32. They were both like, "Yo, buy us, take us home, review us," and I was like, well, I'm a gentleman, so I could only oblige. I did look to see if I could find the Devastator and the Grim Knight. Couldn't find them. Don't worry, I'm going back out on the fig hunt, and I promise you, I won't rest until I find them. For you fellow Canadians, they're actually cheaper at Toys R Us than they are at, say, EB Games. EB Games, they're like $35, and at Toys R Us, I think they're $24. Which is strange, because they're actually comparable in price at Toys R Us to Walmart. Usually Toys R Us is like $5 more, but they're like $24 at Walmart too. So if you're a Canadian and you've been looking for these figures, start hitting up your local Toys R Us's. And if you don't have one local, then drive to one. For those of you who live in Canada as well, this has all been for Canadian viewers so far, hasn't it? Yeah, Toys R Us and DIORAMA. More DIORAMA stuff. Look at all these graphic novels. Look at them. I found every single one of these at the DIORAMA. I'm not kidding. Now, I had to go to like 4 of them to get this many, and there were certainly some that I found at every single one. But every single one of them I went to had DC graphic novels, or compiled volumes. Superman, Wonder Woman, Dark Truth, Part 4. I actually read this bad boy as it was happening, so I have it in the issue-by-issue basis, but I'm always happy to have more graphic novels added to the shelf. Teen Titans, When Titans Fall, Volume 4. So that was a nice little find. A nice thick Green Arrow, Part 3 of the Trials of Green Arrow. There's so many boobies in this issue. I can't believe that there's so many boobies in a DC comic. The next one is Justice League 3000. This is the second part of Things Fall Apart. Man, I tell you, the Justice League 3000 story was so interesting, and in my opinion, it was one of the best things to come out of the New 52. They could tell whatever stories they wanted, and they had free reign to do so much stuff, and it really did make for some really silly, interesting, asinine storytelling. Aquaman and the others. I'd never read one issue of this when it was like a thing. But it's Volume 1, Legacy of Gold, which means I'm not jumping in the middle of a story when I read this one. This bad boy was $4. It's a hardcover version of the second part to Justice League Darkseid War, which is fantastic because if you remember, those of you who are longtime viewers, my comic book shop that I was buying all my comic books from closed up shop right at the end of the New 52 and at the beginning of Rebirth. So there was so much stuff I still don't have because I just wasn't able to get my hands on it. Halfway through this very story, I stopped getting the issues because I had no access to them. Well, here they are. Now I get to actually own the rest of the story. Batman Arkham Knight, Volume 2. Found that one there. Would have been so cool if I had found Volume 1 there as well. It's the official prequel to the Arkham Trilogy finale. The full Superman Men of Tomorrow. I read this bad boy when it was contemporary, coming out in single issues. It was actually a really interesting story where Superman comes up against this being that is much, much more powerful than him. Factoid, I believe that this is the first time we ever saw Superman do his solar flare, because he had to go right to the limits while fighting the nemesis in this storyline. Jeff Johns, John Romita Jr., it was a nice little story. And then finally we find a nice hardcover version of Volume 1 of Before Truth. This bad boy was $4. It kind of sucks that the sticker is right there on the... I'm gonna have to pick that off. That's unfortunate. So yeah, really, honestly, not a bad stack of graphic novels to be found at a dollar store. Not really a dollar store, it's $4 and below. And then I found this hardcover Batman, The War Years, 1939 to 1945 at Winners. And look at the price on that, $9.99. I think this is worth $10. It's very nicely done, just reprints of Batman issues during that time period. I've got the Superman one, I found that one there probably a year or two ago, and now I got the Batman one. But wait, there's more. Also, while out on the prowl, I found this here die-cast bat signal. This thing is heavy, it's got a lot of girth to it, and it shines like nobody's business. Comes with a little book as well. I'm gonna do like a short little review of this bad boy on the channel. I've just got other bigger fish to fry. It's not like this is time sensitive, so I can kind of throw this one up whenever. I don't know if I'll do reviews of these. These are two Batmobiles that I found at my local Walmart. They're just, I'm a Batmobile collector as well, so these were just a cool little find. I don't yet have the Batmobiles in quite this scale. A little bit bigger and a little bit smaller. And very cool, I actually managed to find a 66 Batmobile in this scale. I never had one in this scale before, so I was really happy to find it. I actually saw it at Walmart the day before, and then I went back when I actually had some money, and I was like, oh, it's gone. No, it's not. I bet you someone hid it. And sure enough, I walked halfway down the aisle and looked, and someone had stuffed it behind some stuff. I'm on to you, stuff hiders. It's a common trick for collectors to do that, to take something they want and then they hide it so they can come back and get it later. You'd be surprised how much cool stuff you can find hidden behind the Barbies. I've also got some other stuff that I've picked up that I want to put on the other channel, which if I remember, I'll link below. I forget all the time on account of I got a head like a spaghetti colander. And I mentioned this in the previous video, I've got the Raphael from the Super 7. I really am really excited about this because big Turtles fan, and I think that Super 7 recreating, reimagining all of those old Turtles figures from when I was a kid, only with better articulation is... Well, it does the figures justice, just the same as when Motu was reimagined to look very much like the classic Masters of the Universe figures, only with more articulation. And G.I. Joe and Ghostbusters, man, it is such an awesome time to be a collector right now. And I totally stumbled upon this while I was in my local EB Games. That's right. I got there before the scalpers did, and actually found this before they could buy it and put it on eBay for 4 times the price. I still don't have Bebop and Rocksteady, and I really want to get Metalhead. Don't have him yet. And I also need to get that Casey Jones Trenchcoat Raphael 2-pack. Not so much for Trenchcoat Raph. I just really want to get the movie Casey Jones, so that when I get Tokan Razor, you know, my movie universe will be a lot more complete. Isn't there an April O'Neil figure coming out soon too, based on the likeness of the person that played April O'Neil? I don't remember. I think so. I think she went on Instagram and revealed that, didn't she? Anyway, I'm going to be doing reviews of those as well. I'm going to put those over on the other channel, More Brad the DC Universe Geek. I know I keep saying it's supposed to be more than just figure reviews on my other channel, and it will be. There's just so much cool stuff coming out that I give figure reviews precedent, because that's what I do. I'm a little bit obsessed. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Anyway, super friends, that's the end of the video. So thank you so much for tuning in, sitting in your computer chair, or laying on your bed and watching this on your phone, or however you chose to consume this ridiculous asinine content that I've barfed out into the world today. I really do appreciate it though. Hopefully you'll stick around to be interested in some what do you want phone? What was so important that my phone had to interrupt me? Let's find out. Oh, it's a promotional email from World's Finest The Collection. They want me to click the email so I can get spoilers, so I can find out what's on the inside. Listen, dudes, you don't have to sell me on this box by giving me spoilers on account of the fact I've already paid for it. And just a heads up, if your box sucks this time, I'm gonna unsubscribe from your service because the last one wasn't very good and the one before that was okay at best. Being a Canadian getting a subscription box from the States, it's a lot more expensive than you would think because whatever the price is in American, you got to tack on, X amount of percentage because our dollar is worth less than the American dollar. And then you got shipping and you got border crossing fees. And I always get a letter from whatever courier company you've sent it with that says, oh, by the way, you got to pay us this money, hitty. And I'm like, to get this box, it's costing me almost $100. $100 for 50% trash now. I'm just telling you, if the box sucks this time, I'm unsubscribing, Culture Fly. Pull your socks up. Get your act together. Get a haircut. Get a real job. What do you want to do with your life? Wow, that got heavy really quick. Anyway, myself and my mustache, thank you for joining us today, and I will see you with the next one. Bye-bye.